Hey men, take a pause, because ladies, we're talking about menopause. After years behind closed doors, there's finally one group brave enough to discuss menopause. Advertisers. Lots of products promise to ease symptoms, including menopause skincare, menopause chocolate, menopause soap, a menopause board game, menopause lattes, which I presume are extra hot, and this.
Feeling a hot flash? Slip on Cool 360 and cool down in no time.
But what if the way to relieve menopause symptoms could be found in just one pill? Well, it can't, but BioGlan wants you to think it can.
From Peri to Post, meet BioGlan Platinum Menopause Control, your day and night 10-symptom relief superstar. Clinically researched and non-hormonal active. Be day confident with relief from hot flushes, fatigue and mood swings. At night, sleep like a dream. Less tossing, turning and night sweats. Unless the spark's back. Day or night, Peri to Post, you got this with BioGlan Menopause Control. BioGlan, made different like you.
No thanks, I'm still producing heaps of these. That's the last egg, unless
the spark's back.
Advertisers used to ignore women's health. Dee, do you miss the good old days?
Look, no, but I'm kind of torn by this whole thing, particularly by the such fast rise of marketing. So the menopause market was worth 18 billion in 2024. It's going to be worth 27 billion by 2030. And it seems like, look, we've moved so fast from normalising to victimising to commercialising. And once you sort of frame something as a struggle, it's really easy to sell. And the reality is, though, that 25% of women do have really bad experience with menopause and they've had doctors ignoring them for years. So brands have stepped in, God bless their hearts. Not always super altruistically. And so let's take this ad. And I don't hate it. It's hokey, it's cheap. But it looks kind of normal. This looks like a Codral day and night ad, right? That's not a bad thing, but if you look at the words in it, like it relieves and it supports. So here's the thing, if you're selling medical products and you register them through the Therapeutic Goods Administration, you have to prove they work. But if you just list them, you don't have to prove anything at all. You can say support and relief, and it doesn't have to do anything. And my concern is that instead of sort of pushing the boundaries, they're capitalising on it a little bit, and they're using women's sort of insecurity to do that. So I'm concerned about this. And also, as a woman, I just feel like we're now marketed to at every single point of our lives. It's like we're paid less and sold more.
Yeah. I mean, not as a woman, but just
Todd, tell us as a woman. Finally, a man can tell us what a woman really is. Todd.
Okay. Thank you. I mean, just looking at that ad on its own, it's interesting how we've gone from ignoring menopause completely in medicine and advertising and marketing to now center stage. And where medicine leaves a void, marketing will fill it. And if you look at that specific ad, it's slightly, in my opinion, slightly deceptive. They just have to imply efficacy. And for me, that's what's frustrating, because they're really trying to sell hope in a bottle for people that would like a cure, but there is none.
And I think, I mean, for me, I think it's awful. I hate it, and I hate the fact they're doing it. And, you know, as a woman in her mid-40s, this is a hot topic. It is in all of my chats almost daily, definitely weekly. It's taken over probably house prices and Kardashian facelifts as discussion topics. But, you know, it really, there is a sort of an acceptance when it comes to peri into menopause. And there is an early phase where you're not quite sure what's going on, where you might be susceptible to something like this. And then there is the phase where you get super ragey and you think you might divorce your husband and disown your children, and you go and see a doctor, and then you estrogel yourself back into sanity, and then you're fine again. But the worry is that this will actually work on people who are at that beginning journey, and really it's a jar of like vegetable dust and, you know, some herbs.
Well, I just look beyond even the medical and all of that. It feels totally awkward to me, the execution of this ad. So we're trying to be in this phase about talking about women's health in a more or less taboo way, right? Everything should feel a little bit more honest. And I think they've somewhat tried to bring that in terms of the language and their choice in the celebrity endorsement. You know, they're trying to talk about intimacy in there, and she's trying to be cheeky. I can't get over the way she said fatigue. It's still weird.
Also, what is day confidence?
Right? All of this stuff, like they're trying to bring this refreshed, almost, but not quite there, voice to the whole ad. But it looks like it's made in PowerPoint in 1990 something, right? It still looks like it's one of those old medicine ads that we used to get with just a few like static and then the weird like day-night thing happening. And that for me, tonally, I was just constantly thrown off by that. Just, it didn't feel like it was for today or before. And I think I just got lost in that
I find
itself.
the very upbeat, jovial kind of tone of it as well really triggers my mood swings.
Is there any chance we could phone a friend? Because I would pay money to hear what Russel has to say about that.
Imagine if he answered the phone and he was like, as a woman. With every brand getting in on menopause marketing, we thought we would too, with one special ingredient.
Going through the big change? Why not make some big gains? Introducing Meno Protein. Just because you're not shedding doesn't mean you can't be shredding. With 50 grams of hormone-laced protein, your ute will have more towing power than a Kia Tasman. Work up a sweat day and night, because you don't need eggs to get absolutely yoked. Just look at these results. Meno Protein. Unleash the beastrogen.